Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
Single best idea. And the single best idea, I can't believe I'm saying this, over 20 years ago, was to have an informed conversation. And there were battles then and along the way, and even still now, about the duration of the conversation and the need to lift up, and particularly for all of you listening each and every day, and we're humbled by what in the industry is called time spent listening, time spent watching, which is how long, the length of how long people watch, and we're humbled by that each day. Our special events. We had a special event today in studio from London. Tina Fordham joined us with her colleague Ebrahim Rahbari at Fordham Global Foresight. They are the foundation of what Citigroup built in research. And it's a long history. I'm not going to bore you with it. But the recent liftoff of Citigroup expertise was David Balin in the equity space and over into fixed income. And Willem Bouter, the giant from the Netherlands in economics. And then Catherine Mann. Catherine Mann came out of I can't remember right now, but I want to say over to Brandeis outside Boston. And then foundational expertise in the relationship of China with the United States. And wrapped around them was Ebrahim Rahbari in foreign exchange and Tina Fordham in international relations. Here, Tina Fordham, her latest on Ukraine.
Ukraine joining NATO, I don't think has been a realistic goal, but Ukraine, with having a European perspective, as the EU likes to say, is a realistic goal. And that is an anchor for the European Union. I think, the military strategists like to quote the old saying that no plan survives first contact with the enemy. When Vice President Vance gets to Munich, he'll get an earful and be confronted with the European reality because Russia's on our doorstep. We've got several NATO member states that are very concerned. This isn't just about creating a demilitarized zone in the occupied territories. If it were that simple, land for peace, it would already have been done.
Tina Fordham, and now her colleague Ebrahim Rahbari, here on our debt and our deficit.
I think people have been missing how focused they are on, to some degree, managing what they see as a vulnerability in terms of the level of debt and deficit and how much power they have. I mean, the standard answer you get from anybody on U.S. fiscal is, well, the executive can't really do very much. It's Congress's job. Congress is so dysfunctional and divided. We are seeing them taking action. They're trying to cut spending. They have a lot more power over Congress than previous administrations have had. So there's, I think, interesting fiscal action going on right now, which is different from what people expect. There's the bigger question that a lot more people ask about, which is, when are we entering the period of fiscal crisis in the U.S.? And there, I think, massive topic to watch, but that timing, if anything, is actually slightly pushed back relative to what we thought a couple of months ago than what people were expecting.
Ebrahim Rahbari and Tina Fordham of Fordham Global Foresight. What an eventful February it has begun. Of course, the chairman's testimony and the CPI today, on to PPI tomorrow. Retail sales on Friday all of a sudden becomes very important. I'm not going to take the shortness of single best idea to pontificate on that, but it's a nominal number. That means it's a top line number. It's all in, including inflation. It'll be really interesting to see the linkage there of retail sales dynamics over to what we see within the CPI. On your commute across the nation, thank you. On Sirius XM, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Good morning to a snowbound 99.1 FM. Nathan Hager's batteries wore out in a snowblower. It was so deep out there. I think it got up to 3 inches of snow. So just outrageous. Good morning in New York, Bloomberg 1130 in Boston, 92.9 FM on this day of pitchers and catchers. On YouTube, and of course at YouTube Podcasts, it's Single Best.